Simple interest. Every activity around us involves money or financial transactions. We borrow money to run businesses from financial institutions like banks, money lending organizations, or in the form of personal loans from individuals. In this topic, you will learn to calculate simple interest. Money lending has been an age-old profession of the rich. Rich zamindars used to lend money to poor farmers and in return would take away a substantial amount of their crop on harvest. The original loan amount would remain unchanged, and the interest amount kept on getting added to it. At the end of it, the poor farmer, unable to repay the loan, was forced to give away his land in return of the loan taken. However, things are very transparent now. People are aware of all their financial debts and the time period required for repaying the debts. The process of money lending is based on the principle that the amount taken as loan has to be repaid within a specified time. People who lend money on loan for a certain period of time are called lenders. When the borrowed money is repaid, in addition to the borrowed amount, some additional money is also paid for using that money.
The actual money borrowed is the principal. The additional money paid for the benefit of using the borrowed money is called the interest.
Deepali borrowed ₹1,000 from a money lender, Nandan, 2 years ago, and now when she has to repay him, she has to give ₹1,200. Here the sum of money borrowed by her, that is ₹1,000, is the principal, and the additional amount of money, that is ₹200, which she has to pay for the benefit of using the borrowed money, is the interest. Deepali, at the end of the 2 years, has to pay ₹1,200. This is called the amount. Shyama deposited ₹1,000 with the bank for a year. At the end of a year, she received ₹1,100. She had earned ₹100 for depositing the money in the bank. So we see, when people deposit money in a bank, they earn interest on that amount. The bank, in turn, reuses this money for lending at a higher rate of interest. The total money that is returned to the lender at the end of a specified time is called the amount. The amount is calculated on the principal and the interest added to it. Let the principal be ₹5,000 and the interest earned be ₹200. So the amount is equal to principal plus interest, or A is equal to P plus I. A is equal to 5,000 plus 200. Therefore, A is equal to 5,200. So the amount is ₹5,200. Interest can be fixed for a specified time period depending on the agreement at the time of taking a loan. This is called the rate at which the interest is calculated. Therefore, the rate R is per unit of the principal given in the form of a percent of the principal per annum. Rate can be calculated half-yearly, quarterly, or monthly. Interest on a given sum can be calculated by applying the idea of percent and unitary method. If the interest is calculated uniformly on the original principal throughout the loan period, it is called simple interest. If the principal amount P remains constant for the entire loan period of time T, irrespective of the length of the period for which it is borrowed, the rate of interest R remaining constant, then the simple interest SI is calculated as the product of the principal, time and rate divided by 100. Let the principal be rupees 1000. Let the time be 2 years and let the rate be 10%. Then the SI is equal to P into T into R by 100, that is equal to 1000 into 2 into 10 by 100, that is equal to rupees 200. So the simple interest is rupees 200. Did you know, in calculating the number of days, you do not count the day on which the money is deposited, but the date of withdrawal is counted. Some useful hints. To convert days into years, you divide by 365 even if it's a leap year. Therefore, number of years is equal to number of days by 365. If the money is deposited for 33 days, the number of years is equal to 33 by 365. Let's look at how to calculate simple interest. Amit borrowed rupees 3,500 from the State Bank of India for a fixed time of 2 years and 6 months. Find the interest and the amount paid by him if the rate of interest is 13% per annum. Here the principal is rupees 3,500, rate is 13% per annum, time is 2.5 years, that is equal to 5 by 2. Therefore, the interest can be calculated by using the formula SI is equal to P into T into R by 100. That is equal to 3,500 into 5 by 2 into 13 by 100. That is equal to 1,137.50. The interest is rupees 1,137 and 50 paise, and the total amount finally repaid will be rupees 3,500 plus 1,137.50, that is equal to rupees 4,637 and 50 paise. Activity. If principal, time and simple interest are given, then we can calculate the rate is equal to SI into 100 by PT. If simple interest, time, rate are given, then we can calculate the principal. P is equal to SI into 100 by RT. If simple interest, principal and rate are given, then we can calculate the time. T is equal to SI into 100 by PR. Key in the correct numbers in the space provided in this table. Be sure to use the correct formula. Think it over. Percy Poker and his wife Pansy had some important decisions to make about their herd of pigs. Percy, the interminable pessimist, was concerned about their supply of food, so he proposed to sell 75 of their pigs. Their food would last 20 days longer than if they did nothing. Pansy, on the other hand, was eager to increase the size of their herd by buying an extra 100 pigs. She argued that this would only decrease by 15 days the time that they could feed all their pigs for, and she was optimistic that they would be able to obtain more food. How many pigs do the porkers have?